I have 2.5, so his district is a whole lot larger than mine, and so just share that with you. But it's an honor to be here today and to stand before you as your representative. I tell people I'm not a politician. I've been a servant my entire life. I think maybe a year ago I told you that story, so I won't get into that. But I take that very seriously every day. I think that the name is very fitting for me as your representative, because that's what I take great pride in doing every day, is representing people. And I've done that my entire life. Our family was in the nursing home business and those kinds of things, and was in charge of Special Olympics and some other stuff. I said I won't go into that, but just I just eat and sleep serving people. I absolutely love it. So it's a great opportunity for me to do that, serving as representative. I just want to share this with you. So when I was elected, I came up with an acronym, ACE, and I found out in the state of Illinois there was an acronym for everything. So I said, well, I got to have one for the 117. So the acronym ACE, A stands for agriculture. Basically, in the 117th district, it makes up of these things. C stands for coal and corrections, and E stands for education. The 117th district basically are those things, and all the different businesses and organizations and things that are involved in the district basically are connected to that somehow. So I just share that with you. I want to throw something else out at you. That being a Republican in this area, you know, people said, okay, Severin, you're a freshman, you're a Republican, how are you going to get anything done? I want to say something about Josh Downs, works for the comptroller's office. So when I got elected, we didn't have a budget. I became very, 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 very good friends with Josh. Josh's phone number I had memorized, and working in the comptroller's office, Democrat, okay? And so he helped me out, and we had people calling us on a daily basis. A daycare in Marion, I can tell you the name of it. They needed $5,000 to keep their doors open. Josh, you know these things that were going on. We had some places they said, well, we need $120,000. We need this, we need that. And so we worked through those things. And I just wanted to say that before you left, Josh, that I appreciate working with you. And Susanna's got some tremendous staff. And so we were on different aisles as far as what our politics were, but we never discussed that one time. And he did a fantastic job of being realistic with me, saying, hey, this is what we can do. Who can we help? How can we do this? How can we do that? And to me, that's what is good about Illinois, and that's what's good about working together. And I will say this also, and I don't know how much time I've got, I'll talk as fast as I possibly can. When they got elected, they said, okay, Severin, there's two things you got to do. Cut out the handshake, which I refuse. And the other thing is you got to talk slower. And I said, look, I'm the 8th of 9 children. If you ever wanted to talk in our house, you have to talk fast. So I'm talking fast. And so the other thing I wanted to talk about was Treasurer Freric's office also came to a library in West Frankfort, and they were talking about as far as unclaimed funds and property. There was a lady that was in the West Frankfort Library just a month or two ago. She was there getting a large print book for someone in her family, and I said, hey, while you're here, why don't we check and see, you know, if there's any unclaimed money or property. She says, oh, no, Dave. She said, I don't have any. I said, well, just for the fun, let's check and see. Come to find out, she had something. So she had a niece that was in Kansas City who's a pharmacist. We got on the phone, called her. Remember that, Josh? And we made those phone calls and did those things. And so it wasn't a lot, but she was absolutely amazed. And so, again, being a representative, I absolutely love it. And to show people that, hey, I really care. It could be $100 or $100 million or anything in between. And that's what's so important about being a servant and being a representative for all of you. So I told you a little bit about ACE. Something I want to talk to you about, too, is everybody talks about when they got elected. So, okay, you're going to bring jobs to Southern Illinois. If you're familiar with what's going on in Southern Illinois, we have jobs, we need people to fill them. And so one of the big things that I feel is really important that schools need to start providing, you know, we have superintendents here and people in education and school board presidents, are vocational classes. When I go and talk to kids, I say, kids, I talk to high school kids, I talk to college kids. My goal, I've been a salesman my whole life. I told you I was 8 of 9 children. I've been a salesman and a politician. I hate the word politician, but I've been one since the day I was born just to try to eat and not. I had 4 older sisters that dressed me up as a girl. I had 4 older brothers that used me as a punching bag. So I've been kind of trying to work this thing my whole entire life. But I talked to the kids in Southern Illinois. I said, you know what, we got to do something here. We got to give you a reason to stay in Southern Illinois. And we also, in businesses, we got to give you a reason to stay. We got to give people a reason to come to Southern Illinois. So vocational classes, I think, is the next thing. Everybody, you know, the buzzword is this or that, but vocational things, I think, are very, very important. Let me say this to you. I tell high school kids, you know, what are you going to do? Well, I don't know. I said, well, tell you what. When you go home tonight, ask your parents if they ever had a plumber work in the house, and ask them how much they paid that plumber an hour, and think about maybe you might want to be a plumber. And so, you know, school, math, and science isn't for everybody, but so my push as representative is to make everybody as successful as they possibly can. Having worked in the nursing home field and Special Olympics, I work with people with all kinds of challenges. Happen to have one myself now. My new name is Robo Rep, and so my goal is to make Southern Illinois the very best it possibly can be. And I love every minute of it. It's large challenges on a daily basis. We're making some strides forward, doing some positive things. And I love not being a politician because you know what? I don't have to have this job, but I absolutely love it. I love getting up every morning and working for all of you. And my goal is, again, for us to be successful and to do everything we possibly can and to look you in the face and not tell you something you want to hear just to get your vote or just to get your support, but to be honest with you, and if there's something that we can do or we can't do, to share that with you and do everything we possibly can to be successful. I'll share this now. How are we doing on time? We got a couple more hours? 2 minutes and 32 seconds. We made it. Senator Fowler, you take the offering today. Usually when we have events, I pray and he takes the offering. So, but I want to talk to you just about a couple other things and I'll get out of here. Red Lake Resort. Everybody asks about Red Lake Resort. What's going on? Of course, we don't have anyone there to run the place right now. We had bids on that we took last month. Nobody bid on it. So we're in conversation on a regular basis. Senator Fowler and I have with the IDNR office and just trying to get things worked out. And the potential there is phenomenal. But we've got to be realistic. We've got to do some things to get that place going. And so now what we're looking for are some people that are interested. And so rather than people coming to us, we're going to go to them and say, hey, what is it going to take to get somebody in there to make that place go? The jobs and the taxes that it brings to Southern Illinois, and people all over the Midwest want to know what's going on with Red Lake and Red Lake Resort. So as I told the director of the IDNR, I said, look, we're not giving up until we get the job done. So just to give you a little update on that. Also last night I was at the Red Lake Corps of Engineers. They had their 10-year plan, and there were several people from the community that were there finding out what is the plan for Red Lake for the next 10 years. So there's some good things going on. There's jobs available. If you know of someone that needs a job, last time we had a job fair at the pavilion, there were 1,000 open jobs in Southern Illinois. So if someone says, I can't find a job, call our office, call Senator Fowler's office, call the Chamber of Commerce, whatever. We will help you find a job. And a lot of times, everybody wants to make, $500 million, but they've never learned how to mow a lawn. And so you got to start somewhere and then move up the ladder. So I just, again, it's my privilege to be here. I can talk to you about all kinds of different things. I'll stop. And does anyone have any questions?
Questions? Any cards? No? Wow.
All right.